Hi, my name's Thierry Krause, and I don't remember the last time I played a cool math game until like yesterday, when I did. Um, and you see, it was a bit of an odd experience. I've always been quite an anxious person, and I worry a lot about just little stuff. I think a lot of people do. Um, But ever since I was little, many of the games on cool math games have triggered some form of anxiety in me. Um, so that's pretty much the premise of this here video, that I am going to go through and explain how an array of these cool math games have cemented themselves in my brain through confusion and worries and trauma and whatnot. So just join me on this. Join me on this nostalgia filled trip as I leap into the content of several flash games, and see how these games have cemented themselves in the cavities of my brain. And if you don't want to watch this video, I've left in the description, as they say, I've left some funny videos that you could watch instead, and you might find those more enjoyable than this. Alright? Cool. Yeah. Yeah. I got Okay, so run. I guess this can go for all of them. I think there's 4. I've done no research for this video, by the way, other than replay the games. And replay them I did. I didn't really like Run as a youngster. I only remember playing the first one, and I just didn't overly like the game. And maybe also, I think partly because the game did induce a fair share of anxiety in me. So when I was little, I was really scared of space. When I was a little bugger, I had this nightmare about going on a roller coaster, which terrified me because, ooh, roller coaster scary. What if I do a big vomit? Yucky, yucky. So this roller coaster was like in space, but it was also like Rainbow Road in Mario Kart for the Wii. So a rainbow roller coaster in space. And yeah, in this stream, I fall out of the roller coaster, and just start floating in space. And so, to go on another tangent, my dad said once that, like just off the whim, one day, that if you breathe in too much carbon dioxide, you know what you breathe out, you'll die. And so I got paranoid in rooms and stuff, because if they were stuffy, I might die because there's too much carbon dioxide in the room. So yeah, back to the dream, I'd be floating in space, and there'd be this big scary roller coaster going about, and I'd start just breathing in my carbon dioxide and die. So when you die and run, you just fall into this void, but the game respawns you at the start of the level again. So yeah, cool, but like in real life, you just keep falling, like in my nightmare as a little bugger. And this little gray ball guy, he ain't got no spacesuit. How can he breathe? I see no trees around. So he's destined to die as he runs on these corridors with holes in them, and they're squares, and how can you make them turn? Where is he going? Why is he running? What is he running from? Is he running from commitment? Is he running from why is he run why are you so this one has a lot in common with Run, but you're not running, but there is a void. So in Bloxors, you play as a brick, and you have to get to the one square to complete the level. Cool. But hey, cool math games. Why is the brick sentient? Is this like a Toy Story sort of situation where bricks come to life when no one is looking, and the bricks trying to get back home or to the work site after being transported to like this fifth dimension? What's going on with that? To briefly go on another tangent, while I'm thinking about Toy Story, and sentient objects, I remember my dad said one day when I was looking for my shoes that they're always near one another. So I thought this logically meant that they always stick together. They're always like, they're buds. They're always together. So they move when no one's looking, so they can always be next to each other. So I remember one day shutting my door to my bedroom and leaving one shoe in the bedroom and another shoe like in the lounge room. And then I went off and did something, but I forget what the outcome is. I forget what actually happened. I assume the shoe didn't move because the door was shut. I mean, it could have moved in the room with the door shut. It could have just jumped around and stuff, but I feel like that's beside the point. And also, I know shoes aren't sentient. I'm pretty sure. I'm just checking now. My shoes have not moved within this whole day. Cool. Next one. So I don't have my driver's license. I could get it if I want, but I live in a city and public transport's fine. I do love buses though. I'd be up for being a bus driver. Like, whoop whoop, look at me, bus driver material right here. Anyway, another reason I don't have my license is because of Parking Fury and the other versions of pretty much this identical game. There's like, firstly, why are there so many parking games? There's Parking Fury 2, Parking Mania, Parking Panic. There's too many parking related games. I feel that this market is drained. You paralleled parked this niche so tight that it can't get out. Anyway, so let's get into the trauma or anxieties that this game induced in me, or whatever. I don't know. What I do know though is that in Parking Fury and all the other games, which are pretty much identical, you play as a car and you have to park in this parking spot, but don't crash because you'll lose stars and you'll lose the game. And controlling the car is hard because you might be reversing and you hit the wrong arrow and you go the other way and then you crash. But I still struggle with this game now, as I did then when I was a little bugger. So let me just indulge you in a imaginary scenario. So hypothetically, this is what the game made me think, and still does. So hypothetically, if I were to park my Tesla Lambo Hummer, I could maybe accidentally crash into your mum's car, and then my car's wrecked and your mum's car's wrecked, and oh no, she can't go to the supermarket to buy bananas to make banana bread, or because I didn't turn right because I pressed the other key because the controls are inverted when you reverse for some reason. Well, why can't you keep it
What the hell is the society? Why are they balls? How did they build all the buildings? How do they move? Why are some chained up? Are they criminals? Are you saving them, or are you the good guy? Or are you the bad guy? Why do they want to go into vases or vases? How does this society operate? It's like it's a Roman and Viking and all that sort of history and setting. So does their history mirror ours? Do they have shops and the same currency as those ancient societies? Is there a bull Julius Caesar? If so, how did the bull guys stab the bull Julius Caesar? If they don't have arms, did the bull Romans crucify a bull Jesus? How do you crucify a bull? That they don't have arms, so how can you crucify him in the same way? So they just chained him up right then. So the bulls that are chained up there for are Christians. So you're saving Christians? So you just how do they chain them up in the first place? Is there a bull God? Is God a bull? Are you God? Do you play as God in the game and you're setting them free by cutting the chains and solving the puzzles? I just don't understand any of this. What?
So, cool math games. There you go. There you have it. It was hot, so I took off my jacket. And that's the video. That's the impact that cool math games had on my brain, I suppose, or whatever you want to call it. That's it. This is the end. If you were looking for some symbolic, deeper meaning to this video, there isn't one. You could say there is if you really want to reach. For one, I don't know, you could say it's about how technology can impact our memory or perspective or like a wider commentary on society. And how in a way we could all be like in the Matrix, we could all be just balls dangling from chains, but I don't think that's true. I don't think you think that's true. I think at the end of the day, I don't know. That's it. Bye.